The On SMITE podcast is recorded before a live streaming audience at twitch.tv/OnSMITE podcast. Get involved by joining the live chat each and every Thursday at 7 p.m. Central. Click follow so we will send you an alert when the next show starts. And now, your host with this week's discussion, On SMITE.
On SMITE, episode 421, recorded on April 7th, 2016. I'm Brent Copeland.
I am Ryan Caron.
I'm Eric Fullerton.
And I'm Charlie Sheen.
Hey, this is Charlie Sheen, and you're listening to The BitPad. I listen to this show every day to keep me healthy. And trust me, I know health. Winning, duh.
So he's got the wrong show, but that's okay.
Yeah.
He's stupid.
Yeah, that's classic Charlie Sheen. Can't even show up to the right podcast.
Smiting. That's what he should have said. Anyway, we got a semi-lackluster show for you today, and I can't wait to get into it. We will be talking about what we've been doing, patch 3.5, and Mercury's empty mail sack, and where you can fill it up with your stuff. So, let's move on.
Hey guys, what's
Cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking? So a bunch of cool new stuff coming, but before we talk about that, how about you tell me what's cracking with you, Ragin?
What is cracking with me? Not enough Smite. That's what's cracking with me. I've played some, but I have this thing where I tend to play games like 5 years after they are new, when they're nice and cheap but still semi-relevant. So I started playing Borderlands 2, and so that's been eating into my Smite time significantly. But I did get some games in last night. I got a couple games in with Wes, which very rarely happens.
Wes?
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
And he was in the longest match of the day ever, because I got done my match, saw he was about 18 minutes into his. I think his match went about 40 minutes, and I sat there and waited for him. But
Holy crap.
that went well. Our friend Dakota is playing again as well. So
You left the clan again to join Dakota?
no, he actually isn't in a clan anymore, so he needs to join ours.
Nice.
Which, by the way, people can do, right? It's an open clan. So
Open invite.
Dakota, get in, join it. 5MLT3 is our clan tag. We did his first 3 qualifiers in ranked, because I can't because I'm in gold now. I can't party up with bronzes, but I can apparently party up with qualifiers, which doesn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense.
Oh.
But that's the way it is. Still only gold 5. I'm actually only earned 6 tribute points net, because I'm 2 and 4 in the gold 5 rank.
Ouch.
I did, and I was a little worried because I lost the first 2 matches after my promo. And I remember someone saying that that's probably it. You're going to get demoted, but I didn't. So
The third
I'm sitting
one.
at 6.
3 strikes and you're demoted.
Well, but now I'm at 6, so I can. I'm doing not. I'm not hanging on the edge yet. I'm just a couple steps away from it. So
Thought you were trying to come play in my league.
What's your league?
The crappy one.
no. Get yourself out of bronze, man. You do not belong in bronze.
This week, getting out of bronze. Well, I'll talk about it in my week, but yeah. Anyway.
But the weird mystery that we're trying to figure out right now is, so anyone who knows me knows that I play a lot with Okami, and Okami is a lot better than I am, and I don't think anyone would disagree with that. And yeah, she's stuck in silver, and maybe you could say that's bad matchmaking luck or whatever. But the weird thing is, when we are partied up, and I'm supposedly have higher elo, because I'm the one who does the pick and ban. So that means that I've got the highest elo according to Smite. And I'm gold, she's silver. And yet, whenever we finish a match, if we win, I get more tribute than she does. And if we lose, I lose less tribute than she does, even though I'm supposedly the better player. And we can't figure out what that would be. there's no real logic for why it would do that. The best theory I have is ping, because I live about 2,000 miles further away from the Atlanta servers than she does. So maybe it's compensating me for having a higher ping. I don't know.
Well, but y'all are
But
in different brackets, right?
yeah, but
So I think the math's going to be all off. I think the
well,
math's gonna be
but
completely
you would think that, you know, so we're at two separate levels. It's theoretically going to make us into matches like this. Shouldn't she get better rewards and less punishment for losing than I do?
You're
But it's
talking
the
about
opposite.
in the league numbers?
Yeah,
Well,
like the tribute points.
I think the numbers are different in your league. Like, technically, I bet she's getting a bigger percentage in her league than you are, or the same. But like,
maybe,
I think probably
but
each bracket, because it's probably all dependent on how many people are in that bracket and all these kind of things to decide how many points and who you're matched up against. That's the other thing is, like, they could be trying to get two teams that have like someone from your rank, someone from her rank, and maybe y'all are matched up against them, and that's how it's deciding the points.
maybe. I don't know. It's still it seems really weird. It seems very counterintuitive to me. So that's the mystery. If anyone understands what that is, either verifying Brent's theory or having a theory of your own, send it in. I would like to hear it, because it's
give me 5
confusing.
minutes,
And
I'll make up a
frustrating.
new one. I can probably make up 10 theories before we're done with this segment.
Sweet.
And the last thing I'm going to talk about is the new Ares skin, which I guess I'll jump ahead of the patch notes. We now have a Fernando skin. They loaded that on Tuesday, so I got a video up on it already, and I get to beat down another Ares in a regular Ares skin while playing as Fernando. So
Nice.
that was kind of fun. I don't think I'll use the skin very often, because I just love that SWC 2015 skin. That is just so badass that none of the other Ares skins really match. I'll whip out the diamond skin once in a while, but for the most part, I stick to that one. So, but it was good for have that one match with it.
Sweet. Well, I just kind of piggybacking off your week, because it's kind of, I was already started talking about it.
You like riding on the back of pigs.
I do. Piggyback riding on only Canadian pigs, though, oddly enough. It's weird.
Canadian bacon.
It's a different thing. But I played a ranked game, and like, we were winning, and I was still getting BM'd by some dude on my team, and I'm like, this is why you're in this rank. Like, I got to play with the scum of the league, because I haven't moved up yet, and so it makes it harder to play, because I'm just like, well, did you just bag during a team fight? I'm like, okay, so I was half dead, and I actually got back and didn't die where you died. Like, so tell me who's winning there. And we're winning. Like, their tower's down. We just killed the fire giant. Quit your bitching. Like,
winning.
It's just like, people want to bitch because they just want to bitch. And I should have just kicked Charlie Sheen off the team and have been done with it. But it's just like, geez, what's up with that? And then I played some Paladins. Got some keys out to some good friends who used to play Team Fortress 2, and they're loving Paladins. So
cool.
Maybe a Paladins podcast in the future. We're already talking about it. And I had a lot of fun with Paladins and playing with people you know, and people who have played these types of games. Because really, Paladins is a lot more like Team Fortress 2 than, say, Call of Duty or SMITE.
Right.
So I think if you've played Team Fortress 2, you kind of got a leg up. Like, I didn't have to tell them to get on the point, that kind of thing. Like, they know from listening to Control Point, you got to get on that point to capture it. It doesn't do any good. I mean, there's some reasons not to be on it, but not when there's no reason not to be on it. Anyway, that's Paladin stuff. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Got to play my Fernando skin.
Fernando.
I finally unlocked all my chest. I'd been keeping my chest unlocked just in case, like, when the game goes live, maybe it would give you something new. But
it'd be like worth more or something.
Or something.
Yeah.
But they keep doing stuff every time they make changes. Like, they had crafting like things in there, and they kind of took that out for this like point system, and so I'm worried that I'm actually screwing myself by not like spending them now, and then when they redo it, they give you the chest back anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna open them every time, and so I'm full up on like cards and points, all the weapons, all the skins you can get, and like things like that. So that's always fun. In amount. So what about you, Mr. Eric Song?
So, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, okay.
What would he do for Klondike Bar?
So I finally got my my ticket. What is it called?
Oh, the season ticket?
Yeah, the season ticket. And I started watching like some of the SPLs just on the stream to get an idea of who's playing and who's good and who's not, just to get a feel for, this season's lineup and everything. And so I went and bet on a bunch of teams. And
Did you make any money?
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah,
called me today asking me if I wanted to bet on some teams. I was like, how'd you get my number? But you bet money on them?
Well, no.
You got some tickets.
Yeah, I got some sweet tickets.
See, I was trying to pull you out of the game into real life. Like, he's making real bets.
Yeah, some real
I made $20.
So yeah, I'm getting 40 fantasy points a pop. I guess is what you get if you win. Select the winning team, and so that's been kind of fun. There was one today. I watched that. So I don't know. I'm digging that. I got Athena's skin, which I got the other free one. I guess we'll talk about 3.5 here in a second. Anyway. Let's see. What else? Really, I've just been playing Assault and occasionally some Scotty. I'm still liking Scotty. I think she's cool. I did get to catch the live Patch Notes show, which there's no real reason to talk about all that right now. We'll talk about the new God and the new Arena remake, all that kind of cool stuff next week, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited. And I really wanted to talk about it today, but I'm sure anybody listening to this has probably already seen the, Patch Notes
we got
show.
another new God we'll be talking about. That's okay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sweet new God that we should never forget. Never
Well,
forget.
not a new God, a returning God.
That's true. And other news. Is that all your?
Yeah.
Some other news with Smite this week. Really important. Don't miss it. Gemstorm. 3 days to earn yourself 120 gems.
40 a day?
If my math is right, that's
40 a day.
You did math pretty fast.
Right. 3
That's
times
Ooh.
40.
That's pretty good.
40 gems for 3 first wins of the day on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday. Get your gems at Gemstorm.
And after you're winning your gems, you can go look at probably pictures of High Res polishing their BAFTA Esports Audience Award.
Oh, yeah, they won.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
So what does that mean? Like the audience got the award? Why did they get it? Like, should
No,
they get
it's-
it? Can we pass it
like-
around?
No, it's like the community voting award. It's the Internet Votes Award. And they did very well. Like they beat out Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, Dota 2, Hearthstone, and League of Legends were also in the running for that, and Smite got it.
That
So
is
good job
awesome.
to all you Smite people who went and voted on that.
I wish I'd known about it. I would have voted. It's funny. Smite must be like getting bigger and bigger than like we realize, because like I got a survey from Blizzard the other day about like Hearthstone, and it was like all these questions, but like near the end it's kind of like have you heard these games, or have you played these games, and you're supposed to rank like whether you've played them, never played them, never heard of them, and Smite was on the list.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why is Smite on the? Well, and I guess it makes sense. They do kind of a MOBA. Their little,
Heroes of the
their
Storm?
little kind of MOBA thing. It's more of a.
I can't get into it.
It's more of an. It needs to be on iPad. It's more of an iPad.
Yeah, it's more of an
game.
arcade, like top-down Double Dragon with minions or something. I don't know. It's a little-
And I don't think it's doing as well as like Hearthstone. Hearthstone's their moneymaker
I'm
right
loving
now.
Hearthstone. Yeah.
Which is good, because I guess that still means Smite's number 3, maybe moving up to number 2. I mean, Dota's not doing as good as it used to be, is it?
Well, I don't know. Based on what the prize pool was at the last championship, it wasn't that long ago. It's doing just fine.
Dota?
Yeah.
But they get a lot of money from Steam, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
And Smite, you can't really judge it because they spread their money out for all year.
That is true.
Doing it all for
Oh,
the year. which is good. Good for the teams. Also, there's a new community manager for Germany. So everybody, welcome the Germany.
If you speak German.
I guess it's a new community manager who's German, or is it for the German population that plays Smite? What is it?
It's for the German community. So this is a follow up to, they just brought in a VP of community and marketing or whatever for Europe, and now this week they've got this new German community manager. So theoretically, all the large language populations might each get their own little community manager over in Europe, which of course in North America they really just need to have English and maybe some French and Spanish if they feel like it.
Well, I would just like to say willkommen in their community.
I didn't know you spoke Google Translate.
Was that close? I do very well. Actually, not very well. I think I probably butchered that so badly that they just like, yep, won't be listening to that show. Bam. No more gems for you. At least not from Germany. Also, the new event, combined with new skins, the Underworld event, where they're pulling in some mechanics from Paladins. Isn't this awesome that they're kind of using both teams to develop both games like simultaneously? That's exciting to me.
Yeah.
I can see the Smite people playing Paladins during that period and just like, holy crap, this is a great idea. We got to bring this into Arena.
Yeah.
Or just like a what if meeting, so what if we did this, like, we're doing in Paladins, but for Arena, what do you think? Well, how about during my lunch break, I'll code it up real quick and we'll find out. You know what I mean? Like like tossing around ideas and like trying things. I think it's
wacky
great
stuff.
Yeah.
And it just seems like that, a lot of the building of models, say in Paladins now, it seems like they can just kind of, almost skin the models from Smite and like get champions out real fast in Paladins, and when they do something wacky and weird in Paladins, they can just throw the bones over to Smite, and I don't know. It seems like it's really kind of cool that they're doing that. Now they just need an MMO, and I know who could run it for you. Using the same engine, it would be exciting. Combat like no MMO has ever seen. Speaking of April Fools. Oh, wait, no, we got something else besides that. New goddess has been announced, a Chinese hunter with mobility focus, Jingwei.
So I can't wait to talk about how she can fly across the map and jump over walls and all that good stuff next week.
I think you just did.
That sounds cool.
I mean, it's awesome, but yeah.
That is coming next week. That is on the patch on Tuesday, which would be, what would that be? That would be April 12th is when the Escape the Underworld event and Jingwei will be loaded into the game.
Yeah. And we're going to have to get together and play a bunch of matches in the new arena.
I haven't been playing a whole lot of Arena lately because when I'm in the mood for something where I'm picking a god, I'm mostly doing Joust. So it'll be interesting to get back into Arena again with this new mechanic, this new bonus that's going to happen at the end.
Speaking of bonus, we got an awesome, and this is how you do April Fool's pranks. Like most of the time I turn off the internet on April 1st because I either know something's going to piss me off and I'm going to want it to happen, and I know it's not going to happen. Like ThinkGeek does that to me every year. I'm like, I want that to be real.
Right, yeah.
And then the rest of it is just crap that I'm just like, well, I don't know why I came to your website because there's no real like the internet is for information, and on April 1st there's no real information on the internet.
Yeah.
So why use it? For this is why they did an April Fool's. It wasn't really a prank, but it was an awesome video on a new god release. And they started having the narrators going back, and it's an awesome video. You got to go see it. What were y'all's favorite parts in the video?
Oh yeah, I loved it. Yeah, the whole Manticore thing. Like when my favorite part was when the announcers started getting angry at each other, like the lore lady and then they brought in the original guy at the very end that used to do the voices for the god videos during early beta. Like I was like, I remember that. Like,
I hope they didn't fire him and have to. That would be an awkward phone call.
Oh right.
Hey, Doug. We got this April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Can we get you in the studio for a day?
Promise you won't shoot anybody while you're here.
No, I'm sure he's working there.
Yeah.
Already.
My favorite part was the Manticore's ultimate, which summoned every mob or every non-player character in the game to attack the target. So the siege juggernaut, the Titans, the fire giant,
That
the
was
gold
good.
fury, and then there's one little minion just running in right at the very end trying to get into the fight. So yeah, it's, I mean, very tongue-in-cheek, really well done. And yeah, this is, if you're not picking up on it, this is the old god that's returning, new god that we were talking about 5 minutes ago. It's the joke. It's not going to be real. And to go along with it, in addition to the video, there was a 3.5.5 patch notes that were released with some very interesting ideas on them as well. The one that hit me close to home was that Ares will now begin dancing during his ultimate because he is the god of war, but he is also the god of dance. And as you read through it, you eventually figure out that who did all of this was Loki, because you get to Loki's patch note, and it's Loki is simply our favorite over here at High Res. He's so cunning, intellectual, clever, and genius. We went and looked at the thesaurus for smart and found everything fit him. As such, we wanted to give him some much needed love in this patch. And so now his ultimate, Loki is simply the best at killing enemy gods. His assassinate always kills the target, and cooldown resets upon a killing blow, which means he would just be doing assassinate over and over and over and over again. But the whole patch notes, it's really long. There's probably about half of the gods maybe have notes in this, and it's worth a read. It's pretty funny.
Huh.
And it's still up on their website, so just look for patch 3.5.5.
Somehow I missed that. I saw the video and I loved it. I watched it twice, but I missed the patch notes gag though.
I saw the video because of Twitter. Like I said, I seriously, and I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I got so much more work done at work that day because
Because you closed it out.
no browsers except for Twitter. You know, watch my tweets. I want to monitor like this at work just so I can have my Twitter. That's sad. Anyway, so yeah, that was that week. So let's move on.
Patch of the Pantheons.
Woohoo!
Woohoo.
I just poked you in your patch.
Ooh. Patch poker.
So we did have a small patch. We'll have a bigger patch to talk
A real
about next
patch.
week. This was 3.5.
Did
Yes.
Loki write this one too?
No, this is the real patch.
Yeah. So some buffs to Amuse and Cobb, slow on honey. So
Yeah,
you get slower? Or now
Yeah,
now
the
you
slow
on.
slow is increased when you are walking across his honey. Yes.
You get sticky.
Yeah, stickier.
It's harder to walk.
I didn't really notice that today. I played against AMC and Assault.
Well, it had a slow before. They've just increased it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really notice a big change, but that's cool.
And actually, at top tier, it's actually a reduction because it's one of these changes where they've taken it from scaling as it levels up. It's just the level, what used to be the level 4 level, flat all the time. So it's actually a little bit of a nerf when you've got him topped out. But I would imagine honey is pretty much every player's last thing they put points into. So
Yeah.
Also, nerf Chiron, which probably needed it. Slowed him. Slowed while in ult. Always dying in that ult. I'm always dead meat. I get the dragon in my face. Isis wind gust scaling has been changed.
yeah, and this is a big one because her scaling is when you read it, it's just scaling's reduced from 40% to 30%. So it's like, okay, it's 10%, but it's 10% per gust. So it's actually a pretty big nerf on her.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I know, because I know you're a big ISIS player.
I do. Kepri, lower base health.
Yeah, it's pretty minor.
Scotty increased the cooldown of wolf targeting and decreased the ult duration.
I don't think that's enough, to be honest. But I think she's following the usual path of the new God release, and it'll take her about 4 straight nerfs before she becomes reasonable.
Yeah. And that's
Good,
what they do.
but-
They want to take, and they've said that before. They want to take little steps instead of taking huge ones and having to go back and forth to just take little bits out until they get that sweet spot.
Yeah. The issue I really have with her ult is that it's like once it's on you and you're at a certain level of health, it is a guaranteed death. And even more so than like a Thanatos dunk or an Ao Kuang grab, because at least those you can use Purification or Sanctuary for Ao Kuang, Sanctuary for Thanatos, and it'll actually protect you from it. Whereas, you got that wolf on you and you're at 30% health and you're squishy, you're going to die, because even if you use your Sanctuary, it only lasts a second. And then the wolf is still chewing on you for 3 more seconds, even after this nerf. So I don't think it's enough, but we'll see what they do.
Yeah.
And then Zeus, no more minion knockback.
Yeah, that's pretty minor too.
That may be more of a living change. Like maybe it was annoying Zeus players to like maybe don't want to knock him back. Maybe it was annoying to your team to even have him knock him back.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
Bug fixes for Bastet, Shock, and Poseidon. So yay!
Did you get the chocolate?
I did.
skin? You
I did.
I've yet to play with it. Though.
So you just had to open up all the chests and make sure you had, because it's like
I
the
had all
400
the chests
gem.
already.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
that's
I think I'm like 2 away from getting all the Easter, and there's only like 4 days left or something before that closes. I might go home and roll two chests. Yeah, I should get that. So you haven't played with it though? Because
I'm
never
not a big
seen.
Shock player.
I haven't seen anybody use this skin yet since it came
I've-
out, and I'm like,
I've played with it a couple times.
really? I'm
Yeah,
dying to see it in action.
It's interesting as a novelty one. The voice pack I don't like. It's like, of course, with these novelty ones, either the voice pack is hilarious or it's really crappy. And in this one, I don't really care for it all that much. So I probably won't use it much. When I play Chalk, I usually play those badass Latin America and Brazil World Championship skins, those SPL ones.
Right.
Like, they just look like Chalk, but just Chalk out of your worst nightmares with the crazy masks and stuff. So
Yeah.
those it's a good novelty skin, but I don't usually play the novelty skins, so I have it, but I probably won't use it much.
So you don't play Huncules?
I
No,
play
God,
Hercules
no.
every once in a while.
I love it. Like I have every. Well, we probably all have every Hercules skin, and he's got like so many. But like, I'll put that on, or I'll cycle through them like in the lobby, and then I'll park myself. Like I'll stop at Huncules, and I'm just
so
like
you can
looking
look
around.
at the package for a
And
while.
like, well, I guaranteed somebody in the lobby will be like, "Man, I hate that skin. Change it." And it's like, whoa! I've gotten that many times. It's weird.
I think it's some,
They just don't want to see his like his junk or something.
I think it's yeah.
His
It's,
tights really bother people.
I think it's people who aren't safe with their sexuality, like they aren't secure with their sexuality,
Yeah.
whatever it may be.
I mean, it's not my
The
favorite,
voice pack, too, though.
skin for Herc, but it's funny just to make other people mad.
The voice pack on both of those skins, the Huncules one and the Beach Babe Aphrodite, they're both terrible. So
I like them. I think they're
can't
funny.
when either of them are coming up, because I just don't want to have to hear that.
Text me.
I know what to play
wait,
next
no,
time I
that's
play with
Aphrodite.
Asian.
No, I like his skin. He's like, yeah, dude, gains, man, gains.
They're all like surfer.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. Also, they changed some items, a buff to Sovereignty, plus 10 to the aura, and golden bow, more damage to minion and camps. I love Golden Bow.
Yeah.
I love Golden Bow.
Okay.
I probably get it when I shouldn't.
As an Ares player, I am always happy to see an aura item get buffed, but Sovereignty's, I don't know, I've started using it in the rank joust. A lot of the time it'll be my first one, so I guess that's good. It's plus 30 now instead of plus 20 on protections for your teammates, so could be worse.
And then a bug fix on the Wind Demon. It's a nerf. No longer prevents 100% healing.
Yeah, it's supposed to only be, I think, it's like Divine Ruin. If you get a crit with it, it just lowers the healing by like 40% or something. And I hadn't noticed it because I never play characters that would use this item. But apparently, according to the patch notes, it was preventing 100% of healing instead of only 40%. So it was pretty nasty.
Nice. As well as some skins. We got the police dog Anubis.
Yeah.
What do you think of that, Eric?
skins.
As the resident diamond Anubis here.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really cool. I'm liking that because.
So what does he throw out when he wraps people? Like I haven't seen like the animations. Are they different? What comes up under the feet?
Oh yeah, I don't actually have it yet.
Oh
yeah, I don't have it.
I've got it.
I've just seen it, and like
Jeez.
I want to get it because like my go-to is the Stargazer, and there's not really another good premium for Anubis. Like he only has like a handful of skins really, so I'm happy with this. I like that they went back, and he's one of the classics, right? He's one of the originals, so it's always nice to see that. But yeah, definitely gonna get that soon.
As well as 2 Athena skins, which I believe you can get in a package.
Yeah, bundle, yeah.
So I get them. And good that they do this because I bought one and then it's like, do you want to buy the package? It's the same amount. And I'm like, well, yeah.
And that's
And I think it's one of those deals just like the demonic Circuit and the MMA fighter Ravana, where if you don't get it now, one of the 2 skins will, I think, be gone forever. If you don't buy the bundle now. So it's a little bit of a pressure sales tactic, I guess you could say. I think it's the Enforcer one is the one that you will lose forever. The one that's got her face completely covered by the mask instead of having her face open. So
yeah, it's like a gas mask looking thing.
I haven't seen those skins in use, but I was reading Twitter, and I forget if it was one of the top tier jousters, or duelers. Now it's a duel now, so it was either End Shadow or Tide Time. But they were saying they were up against an Athena with that, and the effects are so overpowering. It's like he said he thought that the person was using a hack at first to have infinite red pots. Because they were always glowing red, and here it turns out, no, it's just the siren effect.
Ah.
So that's one thing they need to watch on some of these skins because they get a little overdone and a little overpowering for the game.
Yeah, that's true because some of these glowing colors mean things.
Yes.
Important things to look for. Okay.
And especially now that they're allowing skins in the SPL, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Athena players start using this skin just for that reason. Does she have a pot or not? Well, I mean, of course, usually Athena with a red pot's going to be kind of a weird thing to see anyway, unless she's jungling. But yeah.
Weird. Goes along with the Ordu Solaris Amaterasu, just to make 3.
Oh yeah.
A sentence that you can barely say.
Yeah.
That is completely not anywhere have the word Jedi in it, so they don't get sued.
Yeah, don't let Disney hear about this.
Yeah. It's she's totally not a Jedi. Never mind the fact that her sword glows all blue and she's in these robes. Well, she's Japanese, so they're Japanese robes. They're not Jedi robes. No.
It's just
not at all.
Digital samurai.
And I'm sure there's going to be no machinimas against of her going against that Sun Wukong skin and the Zeus skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'll never happen. Because none of them are Star Wars related. None of them.
She definitely doesn't have metachlorians in her blood.
Yeah,
not at all.
I don't think that's canon anymore.
I think even Disney's trying to get rid of that one.
They can never undo what Lucas has done.
We have seen it. We cannot unsee it.
So we also got Chiron's Mastery skins as well as Fernando.
It's a great name.
I love what just no one uses VGS and Paladins yet. Like almost they don't know it's there.
They don't understand it or it's too early.
He has some of the funniest ones.
Yeah. I use it like crazy when I'm playing Paladins. I'm like
3 years ago when I played Paladins.
Yeah, 3 years ago when I played.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's all that, right?
That is.
I have a message for you. Gotta go fast. Close. Yeah. We got mail. Let's take a look at Mercury's mail. Let's go.
Crikey, look what I found in the kangaroo sack.
Nothing.
Nothing.
JBJ Blaze even failed us this week.
Oh, JBJ's, we're so disappointed, JBJ.
We were gonna change the name of the segment to the JBJ Blaze Minute.
Instead, we'll just have to read what he asked in the chat room just a couple minutes ago. He said, "Did either of you guys get the first win of the day, cutesy Thor avatar, during the birthday weekend?"
I didn't.
I didn't.
Seriously? How did you not do that?
I didn't play that weekend.
You just needed one win.
Be honest.
But
I got it.
You got it.
I'll never use it, but I got it.
I need like some better. Like this is why I would download the SMITE app. If the SMITE app told me of all these things that happen.
Yeah. We need to know in real time outside.
Real time.
I mean,
Just
I follow him on Twitter. Like, I see tweets.
We're busy
but,
people.
like-
Busy people.
But, like, on my phone, see, I have an Android watch as well. If I get an alert from an app,
Show off.
I'll get it on my phone, on my wrist, on my tablet, too.
On his kangaroo sack.
Crikey! Look.
So, like, let us know. We want to play. We need to be in the know.
And he also asked, "What's VGS?" VGS is the voice system.
Voice system.
Gurgle system.
What is it? I forget now.
VGS would be the voice guidance system.
Guidance.
The
This
voice.
isn't missiles.
The bizzle gizzle sizzle.
That's
you start by hitting V, and then there's certain codes that you can put and you memorize the ones that you use the most, and that's what makes the character actually say it out loud. So you're not, rather than having to type out your message, you're just quickly hitting 3 or 4 keys, and especially if you've got the voice pack, then the other players on your team hear you say it in that god's voice.
It
It
is the voice guided system.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were close.
And
I was close.
some of them are useful, like especially if you're playing Conquest, you definitely need to learn like what is it? VF is missing. So if the person you're against in lane leaves lane and they're probably going to go gank somewhere else, you hit VF and then 1, 2, or 3, whichever, whether you're left, center, or right lane, and your god will say enemy missing. And your other guys know, oh crap, let's play it careful because they might be coming to gank us in our lane. And then some of them are just social. There's, VVGM, which is nice job. VEA is awesome. So, try and stick with the ones that convey information. Don't overdo it, but they can certainly be useful for, especially in Conquest where you're not together. And if you're not in a voice chat, then it can be very useful.
Yeah.
Completed.
Sorry, I've been playing the VGS as you said them in the background.
Oh, okay.
It's been working out well. So
Yeah,
we
I
could
love
always
VGS.
just,
Set up an ambush here.
So what if I talk with VGS? Like, Ranger would just be lost, right? I'd be like,
Split push.
what did I say, Ranger? No.
See, of course, it doesn't help that I can't hear it.
Right? And so you
Yes.
might say,
Curses.
Nice.
or maybe something.
Apparently, this is a new recurring theme: is wreck it when Raging's trying to talk.
I wasn't wrecking it. I was
Have you used
enhancing.
Did you put the Canada flag over my face yet this time?
I haven't. I had to redo XSplit, so I had to reset everything. Last week we had a nice animated Canadian flag for Raging.
Ah, nice.
It was really cool.
You put like some maple syrup on them this time or
People
something.
loved it.
I hate maple syrup.
Some Mosin Cobb. They should do that, like a Mosin Cobb honey, and sell honey that's a Mosin Cobb honey.
Mosin Cobb's not Canadian.
No, but he's a bee.
You don't know
How
that.
do you know he's not Canadian?
He
Yeah.
doesn't sound Canadian.
Well, that's kind of
Canadians
true.
sound a certain way. Is that like racist?
It is kind of racist. Countryist?
Countryist?
Countryist.
Regionalist? I don't know. I don't
Well,
even know what we're
just-
talking about anymore.
Just get Raging talking about French Canadians, and you will know what regionist is. Anyway, so what we're trying to say is, if you want to send us mail or voice stuff, you can always do that. Just send us mail at mercury@onsmitepodcast.com or speakpipe.com/onsmite will get us there. And as I was thinking about it, I actually we got an email sometime, and I forgot to say anything about it. So this was on March 29th, so that's not too long ago.
Okay.
I never forget too long. Um, Mr. DeGraff says, this is Sim. Hey guys, thanks for your input on Mastering Gods a few episodes ago, 415. So go back and listen to that one again if you're not familiar with it. We'll wait.
We'll wait. Right here.
Okay, now that you've returned. He goes on to say, I haven't been playing a lot recently, so my God Masteries hasn't gone up too much since then. But I just got back into the game because of Smite's birthday week and been having fun again. Sim. P.S. Sim is the name, by the way. P.S. I'm friends with you guys in game. If I'm available, hit me up for a match. I'd love to join in with you guys. We will.
Sweet.
We should have some more, weekly, listener matches.
Yeah, we need Friday night Smite night again, like we used to do. Back when I was just the lowly listener.
We would
That
have
was
to
the
do
best.
it at midnight.
Yeah, I know. And I mean, Fridays are bad for me because I'm old and have responsibilities.
And I've gone low carb, I'm doing Atkins, so I'm not drinking as much. Sad.
Oh, so I won't stomp you?
Well, that'd
Ah.
fun. That'd be fun. So anyway, send us stuff there. We'll talk about it once again here. So that leads us on to this.
Well, we do have a question.
What?
Wait, what?
We do have a question in chat. Now, it's not specifically Smite related, but Smite is sort of a first-person shooter in a sense. It's certainly got some elements to it. So Kazaraza is asking us what our opinion is on future FPS games, and I'm assuming he's meaning first-person shooters. Do we want to answer that? What do you guys think?
On future FPS games?
Now, as I said earlier in the show, I guess I'll jump on the answer here first. I always play games 5 years after they come out because then they're super cheap. So I am just now playing Borderlands 2, which is a first-person shooter. It's a lot of fun. The concern I would have with it is I'm not sure if there's a lot of innovation to go into it. Smite is great. One of the reasons why I love Smite is they kind of took that first-person shooter idea and merged it with the standard top-down MOBA to come up with this great third-person shooter game that we all love. I don't see a lot of innovation in that field, and it seems like its flavor of the month has kind of died off. Of course, it was first-person shooters were really the top of the heap for years. Every gaming company had to make one, but now it seems like every gaming company has to try and make a MOBA, and they're not really worrying too much about first-person shooters. They're kind of letting Call of Duty stay as the king of that now.
Well,
that's my
true.
opinion.
And Call of Duty is even kind of hey, how do we make this new and fresh? Let's put in crafting.
Yep.
And let's make it Minecraft with guns. But they already got that. It's called Guncraft. You can go play it. But I think really the next step is all VR, AR.
That's what I was going to say, too.
So.
The Vive, the Viva.
Yeah.
La Vive.
And the Vibe's out, right?
Yeah.
It just got released. I want to get one.
It's only a low price of $800.
Ooh, I've
who
got that
can
in my
afford
pocket
that?
right now.
What?
But
it's like buying 3 Xboxes. Really? But that's another topic.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, no, I think we'll see basically the same thing we have now for the next year until those start getting pumped out. And then you'll be you'll have your fake gun and you'll be moving around and see the targets and be shooting them in your room and knocking your monitor over.
Yeah.
Of course, you probably won't have monitors sitting there, right? They'll just...
Yeah.
And then you'll get in your time machine and fly around and your car will land on your head and... This is probably not next year now that I think about it. But,
Not anymore, no.
Okay, sorry. Now that I screwed your answer up, Eric, anything else?
So I think you're right. The VR is fits first person shooter so well because you are the character, but everybody is moving out of that. First person shooters kind of started in the late 80s, early 90s, late 80s. And just went crazy for so long that it's burned everybody out. Everybody now is going third-person shooters, with Smite. I wouldn't call it third-person shooter, but I would certainly call Paladins a third-person shooter as well as Overwatch. And there's another one that's coming out on consoles. I forget, the one I'm talking about. It's a direct competitor to Paladins and Overwatch. I forget now. I wish I could remember.
But that's what they're calling that genre?
Well, I don't know what that genre is called. I mean, I think maybe a team shooter, you could call it that.
Yeah.
It's
action something or
yeah, it's basically class-based teammates, right? Everybody has a class. You can't double up on a class. So
right.
Just like TF2, but that was a first-person shooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and there's some first-person shooters that you can switch from first to third, but I don't call that. I mean, I call that a first-person shooter with an option. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But like, you can't play Smite at first person. It's impossible. You don't have the option. So anyway,
nor would you want to.
Yeah, and it would be ridiculous.
You need to be able to see that Loki is right there.
Yeah, you need to see behind you and around you.
Yeah.
But I think first person shooters are really kind of not really a thing.
They're dead.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, like once
not completely,
they'll be called AR shooters, right?
Well, like
or
Doom,
VR shooters.
the new
instead
Doom
of
remake.
First-person shooters.
Oh yeah, that's
so
true.
It's like maybe they are kind of dying in the fact that the technology is changing so fast at this point that there's no need for.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be first person. You'll be complete person. Like none of, like what do you? Anyway.
Immersed person.
Second person.
That's it. I'm copywriting that phrase. It's gonna make me a millionaire. Immersed person gaming.
Yeah, I see that taking off.
Yeah.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it really does. Like everything I say.
Speaking of things that would make up, great question too. Thanks a lot, by the way. And Sims in the chat room, we got your email. We read it out. You'll have to rewind and listen. But yeah, we're going to move on into this new segment. Well, it's not new, but this is new.
Vulcan's Workshop.
Whoa. Where did Satan go?
Yeah, did we fire Satan?
Satan,
he's not old.
He went to the underworld map and he was busy.
He hasn't escaped yet.
Hasn't escaped. So we got Vince Tornado. Actually, that's not Vince Tornado. That's someone else. But
it's a great name.
Vince Tornado.
Right? He's got to do like his own radio show, and that's why I picked him for the BDO radio bumpers because he was so like radio.
Yeah.
And I was like, hell, is even anyway. Who wants to start?
I see Eric has nothing written down in show notes, so let's make him start.
Okay, Eric.
I want.
Would you like to look at the Nintendo Russian dolls while?
I want VR support for Smite.
Copper.
Is that stupid enough?
That'd be fun though. Can you imagine like going through the jungles?
That would be scary because you would like turn around and you would see Geb as a ball coming at you. You'd be running like, oh my god! You feel like Indiana Jones. I mean, that'd be like
to punch someone.
You know, or you look around, you see Anubis like lasering your face, like, and you freaking have a heart attack. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird and scary.
Well, that's VR.
Or you see like Aphrodite and you're like, "What's up, girl?" and you start like rubbing up against her.
Oh my god.
It's not that kind of game, Eric.
Hey, are you going to go on with that, or maybe we should move on?
Yeah, I think it's time to cut that one short.
You're gonna get some VRD.
Heyo.
Like VD, but with the RVRD, VD.
VRVD.
Then
Yeah,
you
there
have
we
to go
go.
to Canada to take care of it for free.
Yeah. That's
Free.
a disease
I don't
from the
think
VRD.
Medicare covers VR STIs yet. No.
No, come
Not
on,
that
they're
I'm speaking from
progressive. They
experience.
gotta be throwing that in there somewhere. I hear I don't even remember his name, Ron Brown, whatever his name was, the coke head that died. I probably should do
Rob
jokes
Ford.
about the guy who died, right? So we'll just
Rob
move on.
Ford. Yeah.
Rob Ford was working on that bill, I believe.
If anyone would, it would be him.
Anyway, I got a wacky zany idea. I want so when you're done with the game, you go look at stats, and then you're just kind of sitting there looking at this like screen, and it's like, what? Give me something else to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if they did kind of like a lobby where you pick a character you want to be, maybe a minion, a manticore, or a god or something, and you're walking around like the lobby, but it's like in old Greek. It's like an MMO kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You know, smaller. There's boundaries or something, but you can
Yeah.
walk around and maybe there's little mini games. You can talk with your friends. You know, when you type, it like pops up over your head.
Oh yeah.
Or in your guild chat, whatever. But you know, make it like a guild thing, and then like to go like buy skins or whatever. You go to like the costume person and you walk over and you talk to them and they're like, hi, step into our booth, and then you go in and you can try on the different costumes, like so you see it on the skins on your like real time right there, and you can do some moves, and
It's like almost like Mitomo, but for Smite.
I don't know about that game. That's definitely a different podcast. Stay tuned for the Mitomo podcast.
Oh,
It'll be
God.
half an episode long. But yeah, no, that's my idea.
Huh. That would be truly
Epic, yeah, right?
That's a word for it.
Raging.
I have two ideas this week. One normal, or one
French.
real, and one goofy.
Okay.
So the real one is, I have noticed, I've talked about this once before, back when I first started into ranked, and I ran into it again this week. Is if you have a match, especially if you're in a 3-person party, you have a match, you finish the match, and you immediately go back into queue. If the other team does that too, there's extremely high odds that you will get matched up against the exact same team again, which is great if you destroyed them. Not so fun if you got wrecked yourself. And I just find it's a little, I mean, some people maybe are itching for that rematch, but I found, even on the ones where we were winning, it's really like, what's the point? We just had the same game. You know, you tend to draft the same teams. So usually you figure it out about the 4th pick that, oh crap, it's the same team again.
And wish you had figured it out sooner so you could have banned the right people.
Well, certainly in the last one I had, yeah, it would have been really nice to ban Kali in the second match if we had known that it was the same one. So that's my other thing, is if they don't want to do that, if they think you really are the perfect match, and they want to match make you up again, then at least do something to notify you, hey, guess what? This is a rematch. And because then you maybe change what you do, knowing who you're up against. Because I mean, that's what they do in the SPL, right? They know what the other teams they're up against are going to be doing, who their best gods are, and they do some of those target bans and some of those strategy breaks. And it would be nice to maybe have that ability, because yeah, this Kali, my teammates didn't really know how to deal with her, and I picked Ares, which really doesn't do a lot to support against a Kali. So, to have this Kali come in again, and I could build all the anti-attack speed I wanted, but she was smart enough never to attack me. And she just kept killing my teammates, and they didn't really know how to deal with it, and I couldn't really do anything to help them. Knowing it was the same team again, we could have either banned Kali or changed our comp to somebody who can actually stop a Kali, because her ultimate gets her out of everything that Ares can do just about. So now my less serious one is, I was thinking about this the other day. I was playing Sylvanas, and I don't know why Sylvanas is the god. Because I don't know about you, but every time I play Sylvanas, it is not I do not envision I'm playing a mighty god in the form of an old man riding a tree. The god is the tree.
Yeah.
The tree is doing everything, and he just has an old guy as a pet. So why don't we just say Grover is the god and not name it Sylvanas anymore? Because I just don't get it. Sylvanas does nothing. He just is riding.
Well,
he's the pet that's riding the
controls
god that's doing everything.
He controls the tree and throws its feces.
Yeah, he throws poop. Little green poop.
And he goes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But Grover's in Paladins all by himself.
I know. So even better.
Yeah, right. What
Complete
happened to
crossover
Sylvanas?
god. Make him the god in Smite as well. Because
So that was your
yeah.
serious idea.
Yes, very, very serious, yes.
If you want to sign the petition, you can go to... anyway.
Go to whitehouse.gov. Cool.
Get enough people sign it, and, it'll be good stuff. So, that was a show over. How'd it go? I don't even know where the outro button is anymore. I need to rearrange these. So we'll just do this one.
Nice job.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.